Adoption records should remain sealed because birth parents were promised lifelong anonymity and have a right to it.
The overwhelming majority of birth mothers do not want to remain anonymous to their adopted children, so keeping records sealed protects people who don't want protection.
Other means can meet adoptee needs while protecting birth parent privacy.
Alternative solutions to providing adopted adults access to their birth certificates, such as mutual consent registries, are ineffective and do not adequately address the needs of adopted persons.
Women will choose to have abortions if they cannot have a secret adoption?
No women studied reported they chose abortion over adoption because of privacy. In states where the records are open, the abortion rate is lower than the states where the laws seal the records.
Does unsealing the records of adopted adults threatens the integrity of adoptive families and the institution of adoption itself?
Adoption's history reveals that secrecy is a modern and relatively short-lived practice, initiated to protect parties from the stigma of illegitimacy, not to protect them from one another. As the emphasis on openness, disclosure and honesty in modern adoption practice makes clear, if ever there were reasons for secrecy and permanent separation, they no longer apply.
Do only unhappy children need to search?
Denial of access can be detrimental to the psychological well-being of adoptees, as well as having potential detrimental impact on their health and their descendants.
Opening the records will have children knocking on birth parents' doors.
In other countries and in U.S. states that have restored adopted adults' access records, or never sealed these records at all, there is no evidence of any of the significant negative consequences critics like you predict.
Are those who search are ungrateful for the lives their adopted parents gave them?
Not all seek to gain the identifying information contained in their birth certificates, but a majority appears to want more complete answers to questions about their origins, to gather current and complete medical histories, or to meet birth relatives.
So adopted adults are just trying to find out who they are and who put them on this earth?
In reality, both research and experience show that birth parents are psychologically present in most adoptees' lives, with or without identifying information. It is a civil and human right to know your true origin.
So the debate is really about equal rights and social justice?
It is time to end the secrecy that has not only resulted in shame and stigma for nearly everyone concerned, but also has undermined the institution itself by sending a signal that adoption has something to hide.
Why did the women give up their babies?
Not because they proven unfit, but because they were young, single, sick, or poor. Some mothers were lied to and coerced by social workers, doctors, lawyers, maternity homes, and churches and brokers that made money from selling their babies to a market driven by consumer demand.
So contrary to popular belief, mothers don't go on in this world after giving up a child, enjoying their lives and forgetting the child ever existed. They are searching too.
Being adopted is a lifelong trauma. You can never know what it is like to have lost the connection to your ancestors. The first blood relative most adopted people meet is their own child.
Open the records. I can see now that there is no need to torment adopted people any longer. They have suffered enough.